the song with your heart. Play the song with your heart.
And one time. What is good, YouTube? This your boy Aaron.
It's Brian.
He's wearing his cowboy gear on. I'm wearing my Packer gear on.
I was going to pull up in the jersey, but I scrapped it last minute.
You wanted to wait until the regular season start.
Exactly.
Smart move on your part. I just thought, why not pull it out? It's preseason game. Who cares? Preseason. It feels good. Feels good to watch football. Feels good to watch starters play. Some starters play. Obviously, not all of them going to play, but a good amount of them played. I definitely tuned into the Packers and the 49ers game. That was really entertaining, seeing Trey Lance, seeing how he's going to sort of get acclimated into that starting role since Jimmy Garoppolo is trying to leave. And Jordan Love, saying a lot of things. Trying to replace Aaron Rodgers, but then dude was not very impressive. But anywho, there's just been a lot of things that happened yesterday. Let me just go by the list. Number one, what was it? Drake London got hurt? I was like, damn, I was gonna draft him in fantasy. Now, I mean, it's not a serious injury, but
Something with his knee, right?
yeah, something with his knee. I heard it's not serious, but still to remain to be seen what the severity of the injury is. Zach Wilson got hurt. Now, this is where I just don't like social media. They were just proclaiming, he tore his ACL. Oh, my God. And I'm just like, calm down. Let's wait for the results. Now, it's not a bone bruise. I don't want to hear this, it's a bone bruise. It's not a bone bruise. It's something more than just a bone bruise. That just makes no sense to me. And then we have Trey Lance's performance, Jordan Love's performance. Very interesting. Garrett Wilson, the receiver who was drafted, was the 10th overall, I believe it was, to the Jets. He only had one snap with the starters. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
That's crazy. And then obviously Romeo Doubs, Packers wide receiver, breakout in training camp, showed his talent on display in the preseason. I thought that was interesting. The Deshaun Watson Browns debut. I know you just enjoyed what you saw. The dirty hit on Jalen Hurts. That was
I forgot his name, but he was out of pocket.
That was crazy. And it was Nick Sirianni, whatever. He was just yelling. He was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, he was not happy. I wouldn't be happy either. All that money.
And then Daniel Jones, just him continuing to be a disappointment for the Giants. And then finally Malik Willis' debut. I don't know if there's any other headlines. I know training camp, the Cowboys and the Broncos had sort of a joint little camp, whatever.
The Giants couldn't. The first team Giants offense couldn't score against the second team Ravens defense.
You said the Giants? I thought it was the Patriots.
I mean, yeah, Patriots, my bad. Not Ravens.
It's all good. Yeah, that was. I didn't watch the game particularly, but just hearing social media, I was like, ooh.
Kenny Galladay is ski mask Hall of Fame.
I saw the highlight. I saw the clip where he just went. He didn't even do a move. He just went straight. I'm like, what is he doing? What is this? What are we doing here? He looks like a regular dude on All-American.
All-American route.
Yeah, Mookie Betts can run better routes than that. Come on, man. Giants just look real sad. I was thinking about maybe drafting Saquon Barkley, but it's just looking like, I don't know if Saquon can give you any points with this type of offense, especially with the offensive line. Granted, they drafted Evan Neal, but
he was getting whooped up on too that game.
Besides Evan Neal, who else on the line? William, what is it? I forgot. William Hernandez. But has he been that great? No. People try to hype him up he's the steal of the draft. But he hasn't been, So, nah, man. I'm staying away from any Giants player on offense. Sorry. No, sir. No for me. But then the Patriots side, they didn't play Mac Jones. I was kind of disappointed. Just hearing that the offense in training camp has struggled and that people are questioning Bill Belichick, just decision-making. One report that I heard is that they had a defensive guy now handling the offense.
Matt Patricia?
It's Matt Patricia? See, hey, man, I don't know what the hell they doing. I don't know what Bill Belichick is thinking, but wow, they really miss Josh McDaniels. If they go put Matt Patricia in there, because I heard that Josh McDaniels took all the offensive people with him to the Raiders, right? And so now the Patriots are trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to do this? How are we going to get the offense rolling without Josh McDaniels? Man, it's going to be – I mean, they have Tyquan Thornton. He looked pretty impressive, but besides him – I mean, Hunter Henry, he's okay. He's solid. He's a nice fantasy player, by the way. I drafted him. But who else can you rely on? Devontae Parker? Like, Devontae Parker.
Out of all the teams he went and signed with the Patriots?
Like, Devontae Parker, like, in terms of separation, he's one of the worst wide receivers in terms of separation. Now, he can make those 50-50 balls, but is Mac Jones going to take that risk? Is he going to throw them, them passes like that? Dude is a check down, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Patriots is not looking good. It's looking very gloomy for them. But other things that happen, obviously we talked about.
I gotta get this off my chest.
Yeah, go ahead.
You go to bat for these young QBs, and you see they go out in preseason.
Oh, Zach Wilson.
Staring down a wide receiver and lets the linebacker jump the route. I will not be defending Zach Wilson anymore. That was crazy. I thought he would have got improved significantly, and he's still doing the same stuff. Granted, it's the preseason, but look, that's ridiculous. I don't care what. You shouldn't be making them kind of mistakes. I'm sorry.
That's because social media got in his head, man. People were like, "Oh my God, Zach Wilson is the man because he was messing with his mom's friend." Like, come on now, man.
What?
Like, come on now.
Good grief. I'm selling my stock on Zach Wilson.
I don't know why you even had stock. I was never sold. But people were like, oh, he's going to be the best quarterback in the draft. Like, what?
Yeah.
What?
I have no idea.
Now, Trevor Lawrence, he did pretty well. He went 6 for 9 for like one touchdown. I didn't watch the whole game, but I just saw that. I just looked at his numbers and he didn't turn the ball over. He made a nice little throws, went through his progressions, whatever. So yeah, Trevor Lawrence, he did his thing as he should for a second-year quarterback. Remains to be seen on Justin Fields. Hopefully, he can produce, with that lackluster receiving core. God bless him. But yeah, Zach Wilson again. I don't think it's a bone bruise. Will he start week 1? That's the question.
Doubt it.
Probably right about that, and especially with that schedule. That schedule, man. Oof. Hey, search up that schedule real quick. Just search. That Jets schedule is a nightmare. I'm like, they have one of the worst records in the league, yet they have one of the hardest schedules, like from week 1 to week 6. Like, why? The NFL just loves just honing the Jets. I don't know what it is. It's like a curse or something, but the Jets. It's bad. It's really bad. So,
okay, I got it right.
You got it? What's the schedule looking like, man, so the audience can understand just how bad it is?
Week 1, they got the Ravens.
Goddamn.
Week 2, they got the Browns.
Goddamn.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson won't be playing, though.
It doesn't matter.
True.
Doesn't matter.
Week 3, they got the Bengals.
Goddamn. My goodness.
Week 4, they got the Steelers.
Oh. Even with Mitchell Trubisky, that's still an L.
Yeah. Week 5, they got the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's an L.
Game.
That's an L.
They got Packers week 6.
That's an L. That's an L. Is it on the road?
I think so.
Oh, yeah, that's a definite L. That's a definite L. Yeah, they're done.
They got the Broncos after that.
Oh, my God.
Patriots division game.
Oh, my God.
Then
Patriots.
Then the Bills.
Bills. Oh, my goodness.
Then the Pats again.
Oh, my God.
Then the Bears.
Yeah, that's
Vikings. Bills again.
Bills, yeah.
Lions, Jaguars, Seahawks, and Dolphins for the last week.
I think how many games? They might only win 2 games.
Well, it's not unlikely.
Hey, if you get the number 1, if you're the Jets, you get the number 1 pick. Are you staying with Zach Wilson, or are you drafting a quarterback? Think about it, because this QB draft coming up is supposed to be one of the best in recent years. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, Zach Wilson, he better ball out. He better prove that he can do some things.
He might be cooked food. I don't know.
Yeah, because they got you some pieces. They got you a receiver in the draft, arguably the best receiver in the draft. They got you some help. You got to do something. If not, I get it. This is your second year, but time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. Now, Deshaun Watson. I know you were just loving every bit of his just preseason debut. I think he went 1 for 7, which is horrible, just inaccurate. You can just tell he's very rusty.
His receivers dropped a couple balls, but
yeah, it's going to be interesting because if the suspension stays where it's at, which is 6 games, week 7 he plays the Ravens. So he's going to be rusty once he comes back, and you got to play the Ravens. The Ravens of all team with Lamar Jackson with that defense? Man, oh my God. Who'd the Ravens draft in the first round? I forgot.
Kyle Hamilton.
Kyle. And he made it. I heard he made a play in preseason as well. Man, Deshaun Watson got I'm not even gonna say God bless you. Oh hell no. That's just terrible. No wonder you wanted to you were cool on it. Pushing it to week 8, you're like, hey, I'll do half a season.
I don't think the league can suspend him for a whole season. I think they had to come to that conclusion yesterday or the day before that, something like that. So he's gonna have to give him. I don't know.
Give him 12 games.
They can't suspend him for the whole season anymore.
Give him 12 games.
Yeah.
That's Deshaun Watson, man. The Browns, that's gonna be nasty. I'm hearing that they should try, if they suspended for the whole season, they should go after Jimmy Garoppolo, and I'm just like, okay.
That's not moving the needle, but
yeah.
Sure.
I mean, he's okay. He could do some things, but then next year, what you gonna do with Jimmy Garoppolo? You just gonna trade him again? So yeah, it's just crazy. And then you have like Baker's dead money. Then you have Jacoby Brissett money. Then you have Deshaun Watson money. Then you have Jimmy Garoppolo's money. Like, it's just a lot of money. Yeah. They just kind of move around. So, yeah, Deshaun Watson, horrible. Said Trevor Lawrence, he did his thing. And then we have Trey Lance. He was very impressive. I liked what I saw from Trey Lance. I just saw his ability to run, his ability to throw the football. He definitely has a strong arm. Yeah, he has a really good arm. You know, I see why the 49ers drafted him number 3. I see the potential. It's only the preseason. It's vanilla, but if you're a 49ers fan, you should be encouraged.
At least he can push the ball down the field.
Yeah, so if you want to draft Deebo Samuel, I'm telling you, it's probably safe to draft Deebo Samuel. It's probably safe to draft him. So I'm glad that all the concerns are dead when it comes to Deebo Samuel, just his fantasy value. But Jordan Love, on the other hand, not impressive. I'm sorry. I don't care what Aaron, them 2 picks was on the receivers. Yes, you're right. But then that one pick where it was the DB was literally right there in front of the wide receiver, and you still throw it, thinking that the receiver's going to be able to catch it, like he's like the receiver's not trying to make the team or something like that. Like he's not a starter. Like, no, he still throws it and it's a pick. It's an easy pick. So I'm not impressed by Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love, man, there's a reason why the Packers gave all that money to Aaron Rodgers. They said, you know what, Aaron Rodgers, we'll bow down to the throne. We'll give you whatever you want, because Jordan Love is not that guy. He's not that guy. And there's a reason why no team is willing to trade for him. They're not a believer, especially since last year's preseason, he wasn't very impressive. And then the regular season game against the Chiefs, dude was not very impressive. If Aaron Rodgers was starting against the Chiefs, they would have won that game going away, because that defense against the Chiefs, Mahomes was looking very, very pedestrian. So that just lets you know just how bad Jordan Love is.
That's not ridiculous. I ain't gonna
that's not
ridiculous.
Yeah, so Jordan Love, What's his name? Romeo Dobbs. He was sensational.
What about your man Christian Watson?
He's hurt right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I think he's recovering from surgery, so he's not going to be back for a little bit. I don't know if he's going to play preseason. Hopefully, he starts in the regular season, but we're just going to have to wait for Christian Watson. It's unfortunate, but yeah, I'm just going to have to put all my eggs in one basket with Romeo Dobbs for right now, see what he's all about, and he's been impressive. A 4th-round pick. So we drafted him after the Steelers drafted Pickens, which is like a round earlier. So I am happy that we at least was able to capitalize on a wide receiver, because if let's say Jordan Pickens turns out to be that guy, right? Man, I'm just saying.
George Pickens is going to be like that.
Yeah, I'm definitely Steelers play today. I think they should. They should be. They should be. So I'm definitely going to tune into that just to watch him play. But yeah, Romeo Dobbs, he did his thing, and then it was some other. It must have been some other games as well that I'm missing.
The Commanders and the Panthers are playing right now as we speak.
Oh, no
so
wonder.
is the Chiefs and the Bears.
Are the Commanders at home?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, no wonder that traffic.
Oh, that's what the traffic
was. That was my assumption. That's what the traffic was. Because I'm like, yo, what is all this traffic for? Like, it's Saturday. And I was thinking, it might be the Commanders.
Baker Mayfield dieting them up.
I mean, it's preseason. I would think so.
I think it's first team versus first team right now. Though.
Yeah, and then also Malik Willis' debut. I thought he had a really impressive debut. He showed that he should have went higher in the draft. Obviously, again, this is preseason, but you see the talent on display. And I was watching, I think it was The Herd, whatever, and Colin Cowherd was talking about how we just nitpick all these quarterbacks. We talk about what they can't do instead of what they can do, right? And Malik Willis,
Cowherd with the nuanced take.
I know, right? Like Malik Willis, he's talented, man. Like he can throw on the run, he can scramble. Dude is a very talented quarterback. Now,
he still has it was one play he was trying to escape from the pressure, and it was literally nothing there. And instead of just throwing the ball out, he took the sack. And I was like, he'll learn about that with time.
That's what Mike Vrabel was complaining about, because Colin said that one of the reasons why Mike Vrabel took him out as soon as he did was because he wasn't like throwing the ball enough. He wanted him to throw the ball more instead of just scrambling, because they want to see if he could throw it, man. They want to see him throw in the pocket, because they know he could scramble. They know he could run. But it's about, as a quarterback, longevity. You got to be able to throw the ball, being successful. So, he still did a great job.
The Steelers do play today. They play the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm. So, I need to see Kenny Pickett, man. I want to see Kenny Pickett.
I'm not a believer. Not a believer.
I want to see Kenny Pickett. I think he's a third string, too.
Yeah, I think he was taking third string.
That's wow. That's wow. Wow. That's interesting.
Yeah, but I think George Pickens, I'm so mad the Steelers drafted him before. Like 4 picks before the Cowboys got the pick in the second round, they drafted George Pickens.
Think about
almost fell to my knees. Locklear or something like that.
But yeah, George Pickens, if he had to go to one organization, the best organization he could go to is definitely the Steelers, because yes, what you mean? Why are you making that face?
There's other teams that's better than the Steelers, right?
No, but in terms of in terms of helping like receivers, whatever, get better, molding receivers, like they're known to
I hate the Steelers because they draft wide receivers so well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Them, the Packers, I don't know who, Rams. I guess you could say Rams. They also been pretty good as well. So that's why I think it was a good thing.
I think the Cowboys draft receiver pretty well.
Yeah.
Brandon
you're right.
C.D. Lamb fell into our lap, but like Gallup in the third round was a steal, even though he's hurt right now. But
yeah,
when he's on the field, that dude is a legit number 2 guy.
Okay, so
Jalen Tolbert is gonna be nice. I can't wait to see what he does.
Oh yeah, Jalen Tolbert. I forgot about that. Yeah, and Jahan.
It's gonna be a few players I need to watch this preseason game.
Yeah,
that comes on today.
Yeah. And then also that offensive lineman you guys drafted.
Tyler Smith.
Yeah,
He's doing pretty well.
we need to see
He
what
had a
he's
pretty
about.
good camp.
We need to see what he's about on the preseason level now.
Yeah.
Because, training camp, that's cool, but let's see what he can do in not an actual game, but like sort
I
of.
mean, it is an actual game.
Yeah, you're right. You
And
kind of
we're
right.
going against the Broncos, so that pass rush ain't no joke.
Yeah.
I think he'll do all right.
Zeke got hit, man. That was a hard hit. Bradley Chubb.
They can have all that
Okay.
rah stuff, man. Whatever. We ain't here for all that.
Okay. Well, let's transition a little bit. I want to talk about Kevin Durant. Let's go to NBA real quick. Why you sleep? Ultimatum. The ultimatum. So Kevin Durant met with the Nets organization, right? He met with the owner. I think it may have been just the owner. And he talked about
it was Joe. It was just
and they talked about just the trade request. And Kevin Durant gave the owner an ultimatum. He was like, either get rid of Sean Marks and Steve Nash, and then I'll stay, or trade me. And so it's just crazy, man.
Has he lost his mind?
I think he has. I think he really has. Because the owner gave you everything you wanted. What more do you need? Seriously. And now you're cool with James Harden? After everything that has gone through. Like, James Harden tried to warn you. He's like, oh, Kyrie. You were like, no, it's your fault. And now you're cool with James Harden. Now there's reports, oh, you wouldn't mind going to Sixers. Like, what? Like, how does that make sense?
Running from the grind.
And now, I wouldn't mind going to Boston. Like, really?
That is so shameless.
Really? So go to another team that beat you. Swept you. Not 3-1 came back and beat you. Swept you. Even though arguably coming back from 3-1 and beating you is worse. But still getting swept is terrible, especially when you're that caliber of player. You have Kyrie Irving. So,
it don't make sense. Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
See what I mean? Like, Kevin Durant just needs to stop, smell the roses, and realize that, dude, you're 34. You're not 27. And you're under contract for 4 more years. This is your job. You're a professional. I'm not saying you obviously love the game. You obviously want to win, but sometimes you just got to compete, man. You got the pieces. Now, I get it. Ben Simmons. We all know about Ben. Kyrie. So maybe you're looking at it like, I can't win with these guys. Maybe that's what it is. You can't win but you still got to give it a chance. They're talented players. You got a nice little squad with you. So at least give it a chance. At least give it one more year where everybody is back healthy. There's no more excuses. And then come in there and say, okay, I can't win with these guys no more. I'm out of here. Instead of just saying, nah, I don't want to even give it a chance. I just don't like it. Like, how do you feel?
Yeah, giving the owner an ultimatum is crazy. I ain't gonna lie.
A billionaire.
Yeah, who do you like? Sometimes I'm thinking, okay, maybe this player empowerment movement has gone a little too far.
Very entitled.
But yeah, first of all, I think Joe Tsai and Steve Nash they're like owners of like a lacrosse team or something.
Really?
Yeah, so they're like business partners or something. So first, they're not getting rid of Steve Nash and Shum. Y'all gotta understand. You gotta set a precedent, and if you can't just allow players to just come in and make demands at the owner and get stuff done, because it's a slippery slope. Because what other future free agents think they could just come in here and act like they run the place? You know what I'm saying?
No respect, no accountability.
Then I think Joe Tsai, he went on Twitter and was like, he pretty much essentially said we sticking by our guys.
Yeah, and then they didn't want Steve Nash. Y'all wanted Steve Nash, not them. So now you're gonna come to them saying, "Oh yeah, we don't want Steve Nash." After 2 years, it's been 2 years. At least Frank Vogel got 3 years before we fired him. Actually, no, it was 2 years. I'm capping.
I think I seen some.
No, it was 3 years. It was 3
Nets
years.
reporters or people who know about. They said they didn't want Steve Nash.
What? No,
They said they
Kyrie,
wanted. They said
Kyrie?
they wanted someone else, but they was fine with Steve Nash.
Dude, who the hell wanted Steve Nash? Kyrie?
I don't know.
Was it just Kyrie?
I don't know. There's a bunch of conflicting
Nah,
reports.
this is some. Nah, they trying to cover it up. They trying to cover it. They wanted Kyrie and Kevin Durant. They wanted Steve Nash. Wasn't no. Oh, they just settled for Steve. No, they wanted Steve Nash. They could have had another coach, but they decided no. We wanted Steve Nash, and now y'all stuck with him. Now you don't want him no more. Like no, we're not doing that. There ain't no refunds. You can't get a refund. I'm sorry. You can't go to Apple. This ain't no Apple store where you get a MacBook. You've had it for like 7 days and you decide, you know what, I don't want it no more. Here you go back. No, it's not one of those. Can't have a refund. You gotta have Steve Nash your coach. And it's gonna be awkward because you had that conversation and now the reports are coming out that you don't want Steve Nash no more. So how you gonna come back to the squad now? Knowing that you don't want that coach. And then Kyrie Irving was like, "Oh, we don't need a coach." Like, how you supposed to do that? How you supposed to coach a team like that? So, and then they could just stand pat because they already know. Listen, the deal for Boston, it's going to be there regardless. They're not going to just, Boston not going to say, well, we did say we're going to give you these amount of players, but now we're going to take back Derek White or Grant Williams or whatever. Like, no, that deal is always going to be there. So Brooklyn could just stand packed, remain where they are. Kyrie Irving said he wants to play with the Nets for another year. So you could really run it back with Kyrie and Ben Simmons, really.
True.
Honestly, that's what you could really do. So, and that's still a team that could win. So, yeah, Kevin Durant, he might as well just take that L. Run it back for one more year, see how it goes, and then if you don't like the results that you get, then just demand a trade again. And then we can have this conversation again. But don't just come with this ultimatum to the owner, a billionaire, and say all this other stuff when a lot of this was your fault. So, yeah.
I think I seen a report. He said the Lakers are willing to give up two first round picks to get the Kyrie trade done.
I was just about to talk about that. Yeah, that's interesting. I think the reason why they're now they're now willing to do that is because
time is ticking.
Time is the essence, and I think that they want to get that LeBron extension going, right?
I thought LeBron already vocally said he would.
Yeah, but I think what happened was they had conversations and there was like sort of this agreement, right? They came to an agreement like, okay, we're going to make you these promises, right? You're going to sign this extension, but we're also going to make you these promises that come with the extension. And so I think one of the promises is probably Kyrie Irving to that extent, or just Rob Pelinka promising that he's going to give you the help that you need in order to compete for a championship. And for the most part, we all know that's Kyrie Irving, right? And those 2 first-round picks, yeah, man. I didn't want to give up 2 firsts for Kyrie, but it's looking like we're going to have to do it because I don't think 2 first-round picks are of value for a Buddy Hield and a Miles Turner. I'm sorry. Buddy Hield is a one-dimensional player. Miles Turner is nice, but I'm sorry. I'm not giving up 2 firsts for like a Miles Turner. So I think Kyrie Irving giving up 2 firsts, I think that's applicable for this situation. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully the trade can get done. If not, then we're just gonna have to find different deals. So yeah.
I think the Buddy Hield and Turner package is better.
Really?
It's like Kyrie is good, but I don't think star power is what y'all need.
I think what we need, you have a point. You do have a point because we do need some like interior help. We need help on just a Miles Turner who's like a center. I think he is. He's like a center power forward who can protect the rim, sort of alleviate, lead the load of Anthony Davis so he doesn't have to play center.
And he needs a shooter. Buddy Hield is definitely
the
only thing he does is shoot.
But Buddy Hield, the thing about Buddy Hield is that his shooting numbers have gone down, and if he's not shooting the ball, what else can he do? He can't really do much more. We had This is where I'm mad about Rob. We had Wesley Matthews who could do some of the things Buddy Hield can do, but then also can play a little bit of defense. You need guys that are like 3 and D, like they can play both ends. They can shoot the three, and then they can also defend. And we got rid of a lot of those guys. And so, yeah, Kyrie Irving, if he comes in, he'll be an amazing addition for us. But we also need some defensive help as well. Kyrie Irving, he's just not that guy. But he will help us on the offensive end. I'll say that for sure. But I think that if I'm giving up 2 first, I'll probably do the Kyrie deal.
You think they give up, like, the Nets have to give up a Joe Harris?
And I think and I remember the Nets were saying, okay, we'll give you Seth Curry, but you have to give us 2 first. So if they give us Seth Curry and Kyrie, then I'll take it. Shit.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, I'll take it because THT is not that guy.
How do you feel about the Lakers saying they're gonna run the offense through AD?
I
Or
think
make him the primary focus.
I think it's a smoke screen. I think they're. I don't believe it, because I just think that LeBron has been saying that since AD been on the Lakers. We're gonna run it through AD. We run it through AD. Good things happen. No, LeBron. It's your offense. We're gonna run the offense through you. That's what's gonna happen. It's not gonna be.
Getting old.
He is getting old, but I just don't see LeBron just saying, "Oh yeah, this offense is AD centric." Like no. Because first of all, Anthony Davis needs to get healthy. Damn it, he needs to get healthy. That's number one. And I need to see the Anthony Davis. I need to see the Anthony Davis from 2020, not from 2021, not from 2022. Okay, now if I get the AD from 2020, from the bubble, okay then we can have a conversation. But if we talking about the Anthony Davis from the past 2 seasons, then hell no, I'm not running no offense from that guy. That dude's not even a superstar. He's not no superstar. He's not no top 10 player. So until I see Anthony Davis from the time he was in New Orleans to the first year with the Lakers, I ain't trying to hear all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be able to do it. So, that's the Lakers. But I want to talk about just what players you're looking forward to in the preseason for the NFL, like just going forward.
Outside of my Cowboys, I want to see how Derek Stingley does, obviously, because I think he's the best corner in the draft and a generational talent. I seen a little bit of Sauce Gardner yesterday. I ain't really see too much. Saw like Jordan Davis and the Kobe Dean a little bit. Like the receivers, I want to see the receivers that like Olave and them.
Yeah, Olave.
Yeah, you saw Drake London. He did pretty well. He got some good separation on that one route. He caught that side ball on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
And any QB, I saw Malik Willis already. That's really like the only QB I wanted to see from this.
Desmond Riddler, but do we really care about the QBs?
Yeah, not really.
I mean, Kenny Pickett a little bit just to see, because he's playing on the Steelers. It's a lot of expectations, but for the most part, I don't really care about the QBs that much. It's really the receivers, the corners, some of the defensive players. That's what it really is for me.
I was watching the Giants game, and I was like, "Where's Kayvon Thibodeau?"
Oh,
at?
I forgot about him. Man, he's a ghost.
He made a couple of plays. Like he didn't like pop off the screen like how Aiden Hutchinson did yesterday, but he wasn't like messing up really either.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And also, I haven't really been looking at O lineman guys yet. That's like something you gotta watch film for.
Yeah, O lineman.
Evan Neal ain't look too hot.
I don't really care about O linemen. I'm just looking at the skill positions, the edge rushers, the pass rushers, and the wide receivers and corners. That's just me. Everybody else, offensive linemen, quarterbacks. Not really into the running backs as much. I really care. Like Kenneth Walker, I'm good on that one. I don't really care about that. So I'm not really worried about that at all. Let's talk about something interesting that I sort of came upon that I thought of. And that is NFL wide receivers in the 2010s. So there's 3 names: Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, and Calvin Johnson. Now, why am I naming these 3 guys? Because these guys were, in my opinion, three best receivers in the 2010s. Now, Who was the best receiver out of those three guys in the 2010s?
Antonio Brown.
Explain.
So listen, most people would say Calvin Johnson.
Really?
Which makes, people love Megatron, which makes sense. But I'm talking like it's weird because like the different situations, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, but if you like strictly, I think off talent wise,
I think peak. You got to go with
peak
Calvin.
peak Megatron.
I think
Antonio
longevity.
Brown was better over time.
Yeah, I think longevity wise, because I was thinking you were gonna say Julio.
Nah.
Because me personally, Antonio Brown, like from a longevity standpoint, just consistency wise, he's definitely.
He was healthier more than Julio had injury history and stuff like that.
You have to go with Antonio Brown for this sake.
That one season Julio had was insane with the foul. I think the season they went to the Super Bowl, that season was insane.
I remember he had like 1,800
Only problem
yards.
is Julio didn't catch a lot of touchdowns.
That's where the separation between Antonio Brown and Julio comes to me, because Antonio Brown, granted, he was like 5'10", 5'9".
Antonio Brown was always open. I never understood that.
He was always he always made plays when you needed him. Like, you watch the primetime games.
Remember that play against the Ravens where he caught the ball on a slant and like he reached over with his arm? That was insane. I was watching that live.
Dude, every primetime game, I can't tell you, bro. He was always putting on a show. He always showed up. And Julio Jones, I think a lot of times people, when it comes to Julio Jones, they just are enamored with the talent. They're just he's 6'3", he ran a 4.3. He's like, he's a freak of nature, but they don't look at the results. And the results speak for themselves. He didn't have as many first-team All-Pros as Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown made 4 straight first-team All-Pros. That's insane. One year he had 1,800 yards. He had like 136 receptions, had 10 touchdowns. Now Julio, he had like 1,800 yards. I don't know how many touchdowns he had. I think I'm looking for it right now. But Julio Jones was a freak of nature. He was amazing. But if I had to rank the three, I'd probably go AB, Calvin, Julio.
Yep.
Just off the fact that, bro, Calvin's last year in the league, he was dealing with injuries like galore, and he was still playing. Dude still had double-digit touchdowns and 1,200 yards. Like, what?
Calvin Johnson was insane.
Like, peak for peak, Calvin, nobody compares to Calvin. Nobody. Well, I'm talking about 2010s. I'm talking 2010s.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, Jerry Rice is better, Terrell Owens. You can make a case. Obviously, Randy Moss. Like, come on now. But yeah, like 2 first-team All-Pros for Julio Jones, 3 second-team All-Pros. Antonio Brown, he had 4 first-team All-Pros, 1 second-team All-Pro. So, yeah, man, I got to give it to Antonio Brown on that one. And people going to say, where's Larry Fitzgerald? I put Larry Fitzgerald with the other guys, with the Randy Mosses, with the Terrell Owens. I think he's in that class of guys, the previous gen.
I agree.
And if I had to pick the previous gen, which is the early, the 2000s,
Randy Moss
all day, every day. I'm sorry.
Randy Moss and T.O. easily.
I'm sorry. That's just how it is. Where's AJ Green? Now let's stop it. AJ Green, he didn't have a long career. So where's Dez Bryant? Cowboy fans, where's Dez Bryant? I'm like, stop it.
Dez Bryant was really good, but like he was never like the number 1 receiver in the NFL.
People are like, oh, Dez Bryant.
His best claim to being the best receiver it was 2014.
Skip Bayless was like, Dez Bryant was the best receiver in 2014. Like, okay, all right, Skip.
Debatable.
All right, Skip. Whatever.
It's a Cowboys fan saying that.
Yeah. Okay, so now that conversation's over, I want to talk about
Let's see how Carson went. 7-10. Okay, he ain't do bad.
Okay, so what was the other one? Okay. Oh, so as I was just watching NFL, I was just thinking like NBA has a scheduling issue. They have a schedule. Because
Interesting.
if you think about it, NFL, they play on Sundays, right? They play all day, like from 1 to like, and then
Sundays is for football only.
it's the weekend. People are off work, and then you have the primetime games at like 8 o'clock, right? 8:20, and then Monday primetime game at 8:20. Thursday primetime game at 8:20. But NBA, the problem I have with the NBA is that they'll have a primetime game at 7 o'clock, right? And then they'll have a primetime game at 10:30. People got to go to work, and this is the weekday.
People live on the East Coast NBA.
So here's my thing. What the NBA needs to do, in my opinion, instead of having two primetime games in one night, why not have one at 9 o'clock, but have it like every day, except like Sunday and maybe Saturday or something. But just have it every day, just one primetime game at 9 o'clock. That way, East Coast, West Coast time, both parties can watch the games. And that way, casuals that haven't seen Donovan Mitchell play can watch Donovan Mitchell play. I remember like years ago, the Blazers and the Jazz were playing on primetime. You know, Blazers were like a 4 seed. Utah was like a 5th seed. Donovan Mitchell, all-star. Damian Lillard, all-star. These guys are like top-tier talented players. But it's 10:30 at night. Ain't nobody trying to watch the Blazers and the Jazz play. So that's why you see all these casuals on Twitter having these discussions, right? Bringing up stats without watching the actual game, and it's hurting the game because you're not scheduling the games right. So not only will you'll bring in my opinion, you'll bring in more viewership, but the NBA discussions will be a lot more proactive. It won't be as toxic because there'll be more people that actually watch the games instead of going on Twitter, seeing the highlights, seeing a couple clips where this guy, locked this guy down. Patrick Beverly locked this. It's just ridiculous to me. Like, do you think that's a good idea?
I don't know about every day.
Not every day, but like I would say like maybe Monday through Friday.
It's all going to depend how that could affect the scheduling.
Because it's just,
and also would they meet the maximum? I mean the 82 games if they go by that. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff. Some teams play. Some teams get slots that no one's going to watch because they're trash teams or it's a throwaway game.
They can always see the NBA. The NBA can always schedule it in a way where they can have the good teams scheduled on a prime time game.
And then what about load management?
Man, who cares about Let's not go down that road. I'm just saying, like, the NBA could work a way where they could schedule it. They could schedule the games to have it to where you're always going to have a good game. You're always going to have some entertaining sort of game. Like, even, let's say the Warriors are playing, like, I don't know, a mediocre team. At least you're still watching the Warriors. At least it's Stephen Curry, it's Klay Thompson. So that's what I'm talking about. Like, they always...
You want to know what's really the problem with the NBA? Let me get my ether button ready. The problem with the NBA is in regular season is divisions don't matter.
It's not the NFL.
There's no real rivalry in the NFL these days. NBA these days. Like, who cares about like the Lakers and the Kings were a rivalry back in like 2000? But if they play, no one cares.
Nope.
The Boston, the Celtics and the Lakers play. Nobody really cares.
Well,
there's no. Come on. There's no rivalries.
Yeah.
Everyone stands players and teams that they don't know the history. There's no real rivalry. So people are less inclined to watch these games. When the Ravens and Steelers play is going to be a war. So I got to tune in on this. It's a vision game. But there's nothing like that in the NBA.
The scheduling, man, is just bad. Because, again, I said that, you play these guys, you play like these division teams like 4 times. Like, that's crazy. Like, even though, if you think about it, the Yankees and the Red Sox, I think they're in the same division. They play like 4 times.
Even baseball has more interesting rivalries. Baseball.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting you say that because I say back in like 2008 to like a 2010 sort of time frame, I think that the Lakers and Celtics that rivalry sort of came back to fold
Yep.
because it just I think it's the players, the personalities that really make it the rivalry instead of the storyline itself. Because I think that just historically speaking, that the NBA needs to do a better job in sort of I guess teaching the younger people that like just the history of the rivalries and all the other stuff, and just promoting it. I think they need to do a better job promoting it because like I just think over the years I think it's been more of the personalities and the players that's sort of been promoting it instead of just the actual team. It's not about the team no more. It's about the player. It's when it should be about the team. That's what should be selling
And like
it.
the players that's coming in, they're not adopting that rivalry philosophy. Like no matter what new from the 80s to the current day, a Cowboys player knows that it's smoke with every team in the NFC East. And it's the same for every other division.
It's because guys like Jason Tatum, who are like big Kobe fans, they're still Kobe fans. You saw him wearing that jersey to honor him. Hey, I like it, but at the same time, you're a Celtics fan. You know, you're a Celtics player. So you look, the old guys aren't going to like that. The old Celtics players aren't going to like that. It's just not ingrained into their blood. Like Paul Pierce was a Laker fan. He wanted to be on the Lakers. But when he went to the Celtics, he was a Celtic. He honorary Celtic. And I think it's not ingrained to these guys' system anymore because it's a lot of player movement. It's a lot of guys want to be friends with one another.
No team loyalty these days.
So, yeah, they have a scheduling issue. They have a issue with sort of promoting the game, and it's more player than it is team.
Like
so.
even the stuff before, like a few like them like Christmas games used to be really the vibes back in, but now it's just like okay, it's just another game.
Yeah,
like I remember that Celtics and Wizards Christmas game. Super entertaining.
Well, the Clippers versus the Lakers in like 2019, that was entertaining.
Yeah.
That's because the NBA was really boosting that sort of rivalry, even though at the end we all know it was a flop. Yeah. But they were really boosting it up, and I think the players were really sort of buying into the whole idea of this is a rivalry. Even though I don't know if the Lakers really saw it as a rivalry. I think the Clippers more so saw it as a rivalry, which made it so hilarious when they sort of lost. But, yeah, man, they just need NBA, man, the scheduling. You got to do a better job. I'm tired of watching 10:30 at night games. That's why the ratings have gone down.
And you see how, like, the NFL, you see how like the coverage, the way the pre-games is, they actually get the guys that know the game to break down X's and O's, tell you about players. The NBA doesn't do any of that stuff.
And they start on time. Let's get that out the way. NBA games, now, I think, is it TNT that doesn't really start on time? Or is it, I forget what it is. I don't know if it's ESPN or TNT that doesn't start on time, but it's getting ridiculous. Because
every NBA game starts at like 10 minutes after.
Because I'm literally like, okay, it's 7 o'clock. I want the game to start. But I have to wait an extra 10 minutes? Like, why? Why? Like, seriously. So, man, they just got to get their scheduling right, bro. They on black people time with this late stuff. But, yeah, man, NBA, I'm just tired of it. I love the sport. I love what it's all about, but
we need a better product.
I have to go to sleep, man. I have to go to work in the morning. I have to go to school in the morning. You know, I got stuff to do. I love the NBA, but I ain't about to be watching no game till 1 a.m. unless it's like the Lakers or something, and they winning. Like they really winning. Like not they 30 and like 50. Like no. Unless they like really winning like 2020, I'm not watching. So get it together, NBA. Get it together. NBA 2K is bringing back the Jordan challenges. They're bringing back 2K11 nostalgia vibes, and I love it. I'm all for it because
they trying to get me, and they trying to get me to come back I'm gonna stand firm in my
I'm
position.
buying. I'm gonna buy it. They got me. I'm buy the $100 one. Now here's the thing.
Thankfully, I don't have to pay for Madden this year.
Oh, why? Cause Xbox.
No, cause I game share, so my cousin is going to get taken care of. So
Oh, wow.
I don't gotta pay it. No Madden.
You lucky man. You lucky man.
I do gotta renew my subscription though.
Yeah. See, here's the thing about 2K, cause I was looking at the $150 version and the 100 version, and really you're only paying the $150 version to
For
get the League Pass.
yeah.
And to be honest, I don't really care for the League Pass. I'm not gonna be watching all these games.
We got those
I don't got time.
streams.
I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm not no snitch.
I ain't saying my sources. I'm just saying we got them.
The only thing I care about from it is like the $100. All the other stuff, my team, and I really don't care. I'm not gonna play my team.
Think about it. You buy the $100 edition. You're still gonna have to buy another $50 in VC.
Yep. So I'm not buying the 150 just for League Pass. Granted, the League Pass is in a discount because if you pay the version, like you just pay the regular League Pass without the 2K, it's gonna cost you more.
Like 200 nearly.
No. Well, if you add up per month, because you
Okay.
you can pay per month. I think it's like 20 something per month. If you add all the numbers together, then yeah, it's gonna cost way more. But if you just pay the 150 with the 2K plus the League Pass for 12 months, then you're gonna save money.
And first of all, who told these game devs and companies that it's okay to charge $70 for a video game and still have the nerve to offer microtransactions? Blows my mind.
It's crazy. Just these days, it's the bottom line. They thinking, oh, we can make more money doing X, Y, Z if we do this, because they're gonna buy the game regardless, and then promote it a certain way to
And
get
then
people hyped.
make the game to where you have to spend money to compete.
Yeah, pretty much. Me personally, like again, I am retired from my team. Like no more NBA my team after what they pulled in NBA 2K20. All that stuff they pulled, all the grinding I have to do to get Kobe and those out of position players. I'm done. I am done with NBA my team because it's just a lot. You're gonna have to spend some money. These people in the group chat saying, "Oh, you don't have to spend all this money." Bullshit. You're gonna have to spend money. Even though I haven't played since 2K20 and they playing it right now, I don't want to hear all that. They trying to convince me otherwise. No, you're gonna have to spend money. Me, I'm gonna play my team, play my career, play now. That's gonna be my vibe overall. Anything else? Now, Jordan challenges, I can't wait. I don't know if you saw the promotion for it.
I saw it.
They had him like in college. They had him on the USA. That's dope. That's
They
really
said they're gonna have
dope.
the commentary and the game sliders are gonna be in a way to where it's slower. It's more like the time period. Oh, that's fire.
Yo, I hope they go back to, remember like in the 2K11 to 2K, I think it was 13 days, where if you play like in the 80s, like the television display, like the display
I think it's gonna be like that.
Ooh, like remember when you played in the 60s? It'd be like black and white.
Yeah, it's gonna be something
man.
like that too. Like it's gonna have a grainy little feel.
That
to
was
it.
fire.
Yeah, they said they're gonna put it like that.
That was fire. I don't know why they got rid of that. That was so fire, bro. God, they just bringing back stuff. They just bringing back. This is why I understand about 2K, because it's like y'all had a good thing going for you. Why did you get rid of it? And then they're gonna add stuff like badges to make it just worse for the game, a worse experience for the game. So 2K is just trying to bring back stuff that we all loved and say that it's new.
Yeah.
That's how they get your money. That's how they do it.
Take stuff out the game for a couple years and bring it back and say, "Hey, we got this new feature."
And then they'll like maybe add a few things to it to make it seem like it's new, but really it's not. It's just to add on to what was already there before.
Yeah, like the cut to the basket button that I didn't know they removed from the game.
Crazy. But I just see that 2K now they're doing more of promoting mechanics more than often, because I think in the past it wasn't as frequent where you would hear the developers.
First of all, we didn't get a trailer for the last year's 2K until like a week before the game came out or something like that.
Yeah, you're right. Absolutely
So it's a
right.
good thing they doing like all this in depth, telling us about the mechanics and things like that.
Because in the past it was mainly like people were like, okay, we get it, the graphics look cool, the sweat, we get it, the sweat. It's always about the sweat, but what is the gameplay like? Like, how do the mechanics? And there's always that question mark. So now we're getting the game developers saying, they're giving an in-depth breakdown, articles and stuff. And that's what people want to know. And then there's also the My Park, the My Team mode. So, yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to buy the game, get the $100 version. I know I'm shameless. I want
Free my people from the grasp of 2K.
It just looks cool. Bringing back 2K11 nostalgia for me. Like I remember when 2K11 came out. I went to my cousin's place, played it for the first time, and it was like something I've never played before. I was just like, man, this is different. Like, this is amazing. Like, you don't get much game experience like that where you play a game for the first time. It's just like something you've never experienced before.
2K11 was like the first 2K game I've actually like played because I used to be a live guy.
Yeah. I played.
Nearly everyone was a live person.
Yeah, I played Live 10, and I think that's when Dwight Howard may have been on the cover or something. So when I played 2K11, I was like, whoa, what is this? They got Jordan in the game? This is different. Like, the only other games that I could think of where I just had that similar experience was like Dragon Ball, Budokai Tenkaichi series, like Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, games like that. I can't think of the top of my head. Maybe Madden, maybe the new Madden, like when the graphics got a lot better than PS4. But besides that, yeah, there's no other game that just made me just the experience that I had with like 2K11, like the soundtracks. The Jordan, like the whole intro, Jordan challenges, that was just amazing. So, is there anything else you want to talk about that we haven't talked about before?
Not that I know of.
Nothing you know of. Okay. I think we talked about the Cowboys. That's right. We did talk about it. Okay. Thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow down below, follow the socials as well, and make sure to tune into Instagram. We're posting content there. Definitely some entertaining concept that you guys should definitely tune into, and we will see you guys on the next video.
Yes, sir.
Well, I put my life in these sentences. Fucking right, it's either that or life's